All right, perfect. Well, welcome everybody. My name is Blair Critch, and we are so thankful that you guys have joined us tonight. We are going to be sharing all about the power of peptides and what they can do not only for your body, but for your health, and definitely focusing tonight on perimenopause and menopause. So if you are in perimenopause or menopause, drop in the chat and let us know maybe one thing that surprised you the most about perimenopause or menopause, right? I'll say for me, it was itchy skin and itchy ears. Like nobody told me that was going to happen. And I had no idea about that one. Yeah, Angela said lack of energy. I get it. Well, tonight you're going to hear from four of us that are going to be sharing our experiences of utilizing peptides to be able to help ourselves to feel better. And if you are hopping on here tonight and you're not familiar with peptides, actually, Talia, can you unmute and share exactly what you just shared with me on Instagram Live? Because she explained peptides so amazing. Are you on? I swear I saw your name. Oh, perfect. Do
Yeah,
you mind sharing real
yeah,
quick?
I just got on. Yeah. So I said, I have a degree in chemistry, so I had a little bit of a background about this. So peptides are chains of amino acids. Amino acids make up proteins, and they fit into pieces into the cells in our bodies, like little puzzle pieces. That makes different processes work a little bit better. It's just completing the puzzle so that everything, all the neurotransmitters, everything can flow more smoothly.
Oh, that
Is
was
that what I said earlier?
Yeah, actually, I think you added another part, which was even better. So thank you.
Okay.
That's great. Thanks. And so what's so cool about peptides is that they really are regenerative. And so my story began back in 2020, 2021. I had ovarian cancer and I had to go through chemo, that whole thing during COVID, lost my hair, the whole thing. And that started my journey into learning more about preventative health and longevity and really trying to find a way to not only avoid my cancer ever coming back, but also helping my two teenage sons biohack their body because I do have a family history of cancer, as well as myself having cancer, as well as having the gene. So my boys have a 50% chance of getting it as well. And I just wanted to help them figure out ways to biohack their system. Well, that beginning of that journey has completely transformed our family into the healthiest versions of ourselves that I think we've ever been. And that's so exciting. But it also started a really cool journey for me of the peptide world because it was something that kept coming up over and over again in everything that I was reading, researching, and even courses that I was taking online in preventative health. And so I decided to start on this peptide journey about a year and a half after my cancer when my oncologist gave me the okay. And during that year and a half, while I was waiting for the okay, I gained 30 pounds and every menopause symptom that you can think of, I had itchy skin, itchy ears, irritability, anxiety, which anybody who knows me, I've never had either one of those. I used to teach kindergarten. Like, you can't be an irritable person and teach kindergarten. Like, just nothing has ever made me annoyed. And I was so annoyed. I thought I was going to kill my kids and my husband. Like, I was frustrated all the time. And not only that, I had hip pain that nobody could explain. Now I know it's part of menopause. My skin was changing. I usually have very vibrant skin. It was starting to look like gray and dreary. My hair was growing back, same thick curly hair, but in the front it was thinning. My eyebrows were not growing back really well. It was just all these really weird things were happening to my body on top of the hot flashes that were not, I don't even know if you've not been through hot flashes, nobody explains it right. It's like a fire erupts inside of you and comes out. And living in South Florida, it's not fun. You add that to the already hot heat. And like literally, I was embarrassed to get up out of a chair at a restaurant because I was scared there would be literally sweat marks like when I got up. And so I just felt awful all the time. That's the best way to describe it. And so when I was able to begin my peptide journey, I started first with two products called glutathione and NAD. And glutathione is a master antioxidant that helps your body to detox. If you check out lemd.com and actually ask for the link of whoever invited you tonight, if you go to longevity and check it out, you'll read all the amazing benefits, including that it helps your body to detox, which is so important during perimenopause and menopause because our body holds onto a lot of phytoestrogens and a lot of cortisol. And so this started helping my body immediately to just feel better. And then I added in NAD, which we all have NAD in our system, but as by the time we're 30, we've lost 50% of it. And it's what is literally the plant food for your cells, the mitochondrial health. And it also helps with mood, energy, and mental clarity. And by the third injection of NAD and glutathione, all of a sudden, I felt like myself again. I was like, wait a minute. I feel good. I think I only had one hot flash today. My hip isn't hurting. I'm not like wanting to kill anybody in my house. And by the end of that first month, all of my menopause symptoms were gone, except that 30-pound weight gain that I had gained. And for somebody who's 5 feet tall, that's like changing from a size 4 to a size 10. It was a very dramatic change in my body. And I was eating good. And so it was very frustrating. I was doing all the right things. And maybe some of you guys are feeling that tonight on this Zoom as well. You're like, I'm exercising, but my body doesn't show it. I'm eating right, but my body's not showing it. And I was holding on to a lot of belly fat as well as like even in my face and my arms. And so I started on semaglutide a month two of my peptide experience. And within 6.5 months, I dropped 33 pounds. And I've been able to maintain it by microdosing ever since. But the best part was actually my blood work. I get it every 4 to 6 months because of my cancer experience, for my own mental sanity, and also for my functional doctor that I work very closely with. And my cancer marker number went down. It was 168 when I had cancer. It was 20 to 25 after cancer. And since I've been on peptides, it's been 7 or 8. But my liver enzymes got better. My kidney health got better. My A1C got better. My thyroid health got better. And my cholesterol went down. So I am a huge fan of peptides. And so when I started hearing other people's stories, I knew that we had to get these stories out to as many people as possible. So I invited three of my friends tonight to share their experiences as well. So first, I'm going to introduce you guys to Kiki. Kiki is 46 years old. And actually, Kiki, I don't think I knew you were 46, and it's shocking to me because I, for some reason, thought you were like 10 years younger than me. She's a mom of three in Nashville, Tennessee, and she has struggled with her weight, with obesity for years. She got healthy, and then guess what? Perimenopause caused a lot of unwanted symptoms, which I know you guys can relate with, that led to more weight gain, right? Her regaining the weight, and she decided to try the GLP-1 peptide journey. So I'm going to let Kiki share her story with you guys.
Thanks, Blair. Can you hear me? Okay. Yes, I'm so excited to share this because I guess the main reason that I love partnering with LEMD and love sharing consistently is because I want to give other midlife women hope because I feel like that was the worst part of perimenopause for me. The symptoms, yeah, there's a ton of them. They're not fun, but feeling hopeless, like, is this all there is? Is this what the rest of my life is going to be about? Am I just always going to be like on the struggle bus, not feeling like the person that I've always been? That feels so awful. And so I really want to just let you know if you're in that space right now, there is hope. Like there is a way to optimize, feel better, not just feel better, but like make the next chapter the best. Like I really believe that. So that just starting with that. Yeah, so I've had obesity in my life. Like 50 to 100 pounds of extra weight was on my body for about 16 years. So mid 20s, all of my 30s. And then I had my youngest daughter, my third child, when I was 40. And I was like, I got to get healthy. Like I just could see disease coming. Have a lot in my family, autoimmune, heart disease, cancers, all the stuff, diabetes. So I did a lifestyle plan. I kind of knuckled it through a very dramatic weight loss with a diet plan, actually. I will put it that way. And I thought I had conquered that. So I was feeling really good. And then slowly, all these random things started popping up. Same with Blair. I was not an anxious person, and I just was like, just on edge and just, I mean, my husband really did not know what to make of me because I was moody. I was very just, I mean, I remember one day like screaming at my entire family like I was gonna murder them. I mean, literally, it was terrible. That was not like me. I was also having, the sleepless nights, waking 2 to 3 a.m., hot flashes, all that jazz. But the part that really pissed me off was the weight regain because I felt like I had finally managed to deal with that in my life. And it just started to come back on. Now, not all of it, but I tried all the things that I was doing before and they were not working. Like nothing was working. And I felt very stuck. And so that's the hopeless part. That was the part where it was just like, I remember like crying to myself in my bathroom, like, I can't go lower calories. I can't take one more 10,000 step walk. Like I don't have it in me, like mentally. And then the weekend would come and I'd have the martini and the wine or whatever to just feel better because I was miserable. It was a cycle. And so finally last summer I got over myself and I'm like, you know what? All these people are having success with this thing called GLP-1. I didn't put myself in the category of obese anymore. So for me, it was a little bit of a pride issue. Like, I'm not that person anymore. I'm not the, 250-pound person. I'm still healthy-ish. Why do I need that? Well, at some point, I just was like, you know what? Screw that. Like, I need the easy button. If people don't want to say that's an easy button, I'm going to take it because I was sick and tired of just being stuck. So, first of all, I just want to say it's not the easy button. Like, it did suppress some appetite, it did take away the food noise, but I still had to do the work. Like, there's no way around it. But here's my experience with it. So, I stayed pretty low dose. Everyone's got to find their sweet spot. So, we have microdosing here, which is pretty cool. Some ladies never need to go above that. Some ladies need more. It's fine. Whatever works, for your body chemistry. But I really finally felt like my body was able to do its thing. Like I was doing the work, but it was responding because I had insulin resistance. Like that's the bottom line. The perimenopause makes your body in this state where metabolically, like it's like, we're hanging on. We're hanging on for dear life. Nothing is going to change here. This was a tool and it was a phenomenal tool. First month, 4 to 6 weeks, not that much weight loss, but at that point, I was happy with anything. It was about 4 to 5 pounds, okay? But then the next 4.5 months, I lost 33 pounds and I felt so empowered because guess what I've decided? This is not a short-term thing for me. This is a tool in my toolbox that I am so excited to have. And guess what that looks like for me, different from you? Whatever I need long term, it might be a little tiny microdose every 10 days. I don't know. I'm still feeling my way through, but I'm maintaining really well since November. But more than anything, I just feel empowered. So I just want to share that if that's you, you're stuck, think about this as an option. Like we need help. Sometimes you need the leg up, and there's no shame in the GLP-1 game. So that's my story.
I like that tagline. There's no shame in the GLP-1 game. I love that. Thank you, Kiki. Great experience story. We really appreciate you sharing from your, honest experience. So next, I'm excited for you guys to meet my friend Heather Elkin. She's 52 years old. Again, you're going to be shocked when you see her. She is in her 28th year teaching in Billings, Montana, and she's always been super into mindful eating and exercise and nutrition. And she's been married 28 years with two adult children and two grandsons. You won't be able to believe that she has grandsons. And she's very busy between teaching, coaching, and driver's education. The reason I wanted Heather to share with you guys tonight is because her journey wasn't as much about maybe menopause in general, but when she added in this one product called Samoralin, she started to notice some major changes. And I find that a lot of women that are in perimenopause and menopause, we start to notice that our muscle starts to go. People want to blame it on GLP-1. So whether you're on GLP-1 or not, almost all of my friends who are going through menopause right now will say they're noticing a decrease in their muscle mass. They're noticing that it's much harder for them to put on muscle. And so I'm really excited for you guys to hear Heather's story tonight.
Can you hear me? Okay. Hi, my name is Heather, and I live in Billings, Montana. And just like Blair said, I've always been very mindful, my whole life actually, on exercise. I don't think I've ever taken a break outside of being pregnant and a couple times that I was sick, throughout the years. But I've gone from high school sports to played college basketball, went into teaching like some cycling classes. I was a big runner after I got married, did some marathons. Then I got into CrossFit back in 2010, I believe. And of course, when you're, what was I, 38 then, and everybody's in their 20s, and I'm one of those super competitive Okay, I'm going to get a bar muscle up. I'm going to do all these pull-ups. And so my body, kind of, it took a toll on me all the way into probably 50 years old. Had a couple surgeries, elbow, shoulder, back surgery. I don't really want to blame it on CrossFit, but it probably didn't help it at all. But my point is I still do it. I just modify what I'm doing. And when I saw Blair telling her story about her peptide journey back in September, I just reached out because I had no idea what they were. I had no clue. And my so Morellen, or however you say it, that was the first thing that I started on because when I looked into it, I read burns belly help will help burn belly fat, produce your own growth hormone, help muscle recovery because I was always sore. Just from running, just body weight exercises. And I wanted to still do all those things and not hurt as bad. I wanted to recover quicker. So that was my main goal when I started on the peptide. And I would say it took about 6 to 8 weeks. And my husband is like, you're getting too skinny, and all I did was lose like 3 pounds, but it was all belly fat. And I was able to maintain my workout routine with less soreness. I was able to feel better working out. I didn't get as tired doing the same thing. I would say my sleep is better when I'm on the peptide. Then I added NADs, and just that combo alone, you feel great. I take my NADs on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and I look forward to those days. I took about an 8-week break off of the Somerellen, and I took the Wolverine stack in between. And I didn't lose anything that I had gained, any results in between that time frame. So I would say anybody who is already mindful eating wants to see the results in the gym, because I was stuck. I felt like I was doing all this work without any results. And nobody wants that unless you are right where you want to be. And within 8 to 12 weeks, I probably lost an extra 3 to 4 pounds, but I mostly lost the fat. And I maintained my muscle strength. I can still do all the body weight exercises. I don't lift super heavy, but I can still work out and keep up with everybody in the gym. And I'm the leanest I've ever been, big time. And my only regret is not knowing about it years ago. And for me, the perimenopause, menopause, I got put on hormone placement therapy. I think 4 or 5 years ago, I went through that hot flash stage. It was horrible. It was the fire coming from your inner being to the outside. And I was actually timing them and keeping track because there was no way I could go back to work in August with these hot flashes. So I don't have to deal with that because I'm on that therapy right now. But if I would have known about these prior, I probably would have. And maybe they are keeping me from having the extra symptoms. I don't know, just because I've been on them since September. But I would say anybody who's already mindful of I do have pretty good eating habits. I kind of take a break on the weekends, but throughout the week, I eat healthy and I exercise 6 to 7 days a week. But if you are one of those women who you want the lean muscle mass without being bulky and you want to look good, Somerellen is the way to go, for sure.
Thank you so much, Heather, for sharing your experience. And I love that we're sharing a lot of different products that we have here at LEMD. So you can check and read about all these different ones. Yes, GLP-1 and Somerellen stacked together is a great combo, actually. It's one of the ones that Dr. Wagner, who's on staff with us, highly recommends together because it will help you build muscle and also help with some of the side effects that sometimes people feel with GLP-1. So last but definitely not least, we have Joey, who's going to be sharing tonight. She's a 43-year-old mom of 3. And I swear I'm saying this about all of you guys. but she's absolutely gorgeous too. You're going to be shocked at her age. And actually, she's a teacher and started in the digital marketing space, sharing with teacher to teacher resources, and has recently changed her platform because of how much these peptides have impacted her life. And she has a really interesting backstory as well with some cancer in their family and different things that have happened to them. So, Joey, I'm going to throw it over to you and let you share with everybody
Sure.
your story.
Well,
Thank you.
hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Blair, for inviting me. I love talking to like-minded people, and unfortunately, we're all on this journey. If you're a woman, you're going to go through it. I had somebody ask me today, what if I'm not in perimenopause? I'm like, but what if you are? Because you might be. You might be. So anyhow, my story, if I'm being honest, I started noticing perimenopause like late 30s. My early 30s, I mean, I have 3 kids, and every single time I got pregnant, I was over 200 pounds. I mean, I gained at least 70 pounds every single time. I stopped counting after that, to be quite honest. But I could drop the weight no matter what I did. I could drop it because I was young. I was doing all the things. I was eating right. I was working out, just like Heather said, like 6 days a week. Loved it, felt great. But I noticed as I got a little bit older, nearing that 40 mark, I was like, well, it's not coming off. I'm going to fast forward. Okay, so I am 41 a couple of years ago. It's 2022, and my father at the end of November tested positive for stage 4 stomach cancer. And he's an important part of my story because it really ties into why I'm here today. And he's always with me, by the way. I'll show you guys in a second. But anyhow, he found out he had stage 4 stomach cancer. In the spring of 2023, he had to get genetic testing done to see if there were any kind of cancer or genetic markers in his blood that would, in fact, affect his children. There are 4 of us. And he did. He tested positive for the BRCA2 gene mutation. And so for us as women, that leaves us way more susceptible for breast and ovarian cancer, amidst other cancers, but those are the 2 most prevalent. And so with that being said, I had a double mastectomy and a complete hysterectomy. So I was thrown into menopause at the age of 41. I was not ready. I was not ready on various levels. My doctor did not prepare me at all for what was about to come. I was kind of thrown an estrogen patch and said, here you go. Well, that didn't work at all. And I mean, it was when they taught, and I know we've said this before, and I'm sure many of you have experienced it, but those hot flashes, I always say it's like a cellular burst. And I really mean that. It's very, very uncomfortable. I remember my mom talking about hot flashes, and I really just thought, oh, she's hot. Who cares? That's very insensitive of me. So if you're one of those people, don't think that because it's awful. It's awful. So I swear there were hundreds a day. I couldn't sleep. My emotions were off the radar. I mean, you want to talk about being irritable? That was me. And on top of that, I'm dealing with my father. My father was my absolute best friend. And I don't want to talk about that too much because I will cry. So watching him go through that process was really hard. And on top of that, I was healing from my surgeries and identifying with my body. Like, who am I? My breasts are gone, what I fed my babies with. I'm now in menopause. All of these things were happening. And then on top of that, I could not lose weight no matter what I did. And I would do ebbs and flows of trying amidst all of that chaos to really watch what I was eating, to try to work out, to try to keep some type of sanity. But it didn't matter what I did. Nothing was helping. There was a lot of stress eating. In my family, we heal with food, we love with food, we celebrate with food, we grieve with food. And so that is why it was a really bad roller coaster. The pounds packed on, and I was beside myself. Literally, my walls and my world were crashing down around me, and I really felt that way. I had no control over anything. So long story short, I found a friend one day who looked fantastic. I'm like, what are you doing? And she said, I'm taking the shot. I'm like, what's the shot? Swear to you, I had no idea what it was. She told me, and I thought, okay, sign me up. I got to do it. I've got to find a sense of myself again. And so I did. I have been able to lose over 35 pounds. It was an unbelievably emotional thing when you walk into the kitchen and you realize it was like muscle memory. You walked in there, you don't really even care to eat. And it's not that I didn't enjoy the food at that point. It was just, I didn't need it. I felt good with what I had before, what I had a couple hours ago. I didn't need it. And so for me, that was such an incredible realization. It was almost, I felt like a kid. Whenever you're a kid and all you think about is like going outside and playing and your concentration wasn't on the food. For me, I suffered with that, I want to say like a food addiction, because I really leaned in on, okay, every bite's going to help me forget the pain that's going on out here. And so the food noise for me was so loud. And it was a Band-Aid that was really hurting me. And so it shut that off. Um, my father did pass, and I just got to show you guys this because he's always with me. These are his ashes. He's always with me, and I try to do my lives and stuff here with him. He's very much a part of my story, and so I have to bring him into that. But anyhow, I have since started glutathione, being that I'm a BRCA2 carrier, and also I have a double MTHFR gene mutation, which means that my body doesn't want to get rid of toxins. That glutathione is super helpful. So that with my GLP-1, which it's tirzepatide, which is GLP, GIP plus B12 on our site, and also NAD plus I've added in. And you guys, I cannot tell you enough, life-changing. It's absolutely life-changing. It really gave me back a sense of myself, in all honesty, whenever nothing else did. When nothing else, I can't get my father back, but I see a sense of me again. My breasts will never be the same. I will never be the same, but that's okay. So I genuinely want to take that pain and help others. And so that has really driven me. Why cry the rest of your life? I can cry, but I can still celebrate with others and tell them this is what works. And so LAMD has been such a blessing for me and for my family and for a lot of my friends. So again, Blair, thank you so much for giving me the chance to tell my story with everybody. And I'm sure my dad is grateful too. Thank you.
Thanks, Joey. So beautiful. Every time you share it, it's so beautiful. So thank you. I know it's very real and honest, and we appreciate that. And thank you to Kiki and to Heather for sharing your truth and your story tonight as well. And if you were impacted tonight or you have questions, get back to the person that invited you. We want to help you. We want to point you in the direction of whatever product you're looking for, or maybe you just say like, hey, here's what I'm feeling. Do you have something that can help that? And we'll point you in that direction of some products that could help on our site. You can read. One of my favorite things about LAMD is they are all about the education. So on our site, you can read the benefits of each product. You can read frequently asked questions about the product, and you can read scientific journals about the product. And we also offer education every Thursday night. We have different doctors and specialists and people on that will share about these different products and teach and educate, because we are about preventative health here. We are about helping people to live a healthier life. So not just for the now, but for the future. And that's what I really love, and I think is so vital and so important. So please get back to whoever invited you. They can point you in that direction, or they can answer your questions. And guess what? If we don't know the answer, we'll help you find the answer, whether that's through our support or whether through that's the medical concierge team that we partner with. So thank you so much to Joey and Kiki and Heather for sharing tonight. We really appreciate you. And thanks, guys, for hopping on. We know you have busy nights, and we appreciate you joining us. So bye, everybody.